when you're asleep. They're just getting started. John Romano, Dave Palumbo, After Hours.
Hey guys, it's that time again, After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, hanging out with my good friends John Romano and Gregg Valentino on this, I guess you could say, brief. I guess it wouldn't be considered Arnold Week, but it's almost Arnold Week. We got the Arnold Classic coming up in less than 10 days now. I'll be out there in Columbus, Ohio, for the first time in a whole year of traveling. So for me, this is a big deal. And I get excited about Arnold Week because I'll tell you what, it's the first big show of the year. We got to get to really showcase the talent. What we have to expect for 2020. This is a lineup, John, is probably better than the Olympia lineup. And, the Arnold people have to be super psyched about this.
Yeah, I'm really psyched to see, I hope Sergio Oliva Jr. comes in killer, as well as Big Ramy. And because Bonac is just, too many people talk about him. I want to see like something new and cool,
Well, I want to see whoever looks the best win, but that's bodybuilding talk. We're here after hours. And so people want to know Valentino talk because, after you did that little posing display for us last week, people wanted to see your legs, Gregg. They said, where the fuck is this guy's legs? He's talking about how great his legs are. Gregg sent me a leg training video. Can I play that, Gregg?
Yeah, it's not leg train. I didn't even train legs.
I mean, a leg posing video, excuse me.
There's no pump or nothing. Right.
I'm showing it right now. You got some great wheels, man.
Thank you. You see those striated ass? Oh, you see that?
It's coming up right now. Yeah, you just ruined the surprise for everyone.
I got to do one thing.
I can't believe you're 60, Gregg. You really have a lot of size for 60 years old in your legs.
Oh, not only are they big, but I feel like they don't even show.
And you say you don't squat, right?
Don't squat. Haven't squatted since maybe 1980.
Wow.
Long time. That's just 4 sets of leg press.
Now, Gregg,
my hamstrings are brutal, bro. They're huge. They hang sometimes. I'm telling you. I'll do another one just show you your hamstring. They're grainy hard. If I was in that studio,
I could see them hanging on the side pose here.
Yeah, they hang. They're grainy hard, and
you got like my hamstrings, the same type of hamstrings,
You're big.
Now, let me ask you this question though. When you had all these problems go down with, where you were injecting your arms and you got arrested and everything like that, you were kind of in this like funk. Did you continue training this whole time? Did you take I thought you had stopped going to the gym for a while.
I didn't train my legs or a lot of body parts from 2000, from when I got arrested till maybe 2009 when my friend opened his gym. Wow. I did not train legs or anything, and yet I kept my legs. My legs are by far my best body part, and that's shit right there. What you're seeing, that's shit. That's right. After going to hospitals and all that stuff, and if I go to the gym and fucking go crazy on my legs, I could have fucking forget about Lonnie Teeper. I could go run in the other room and try to find a magazine.
No, don't go.
Lonnie Teeper, in the magazine with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Iron Man magazine, okay? Arnold Schwarzenegger was on the cover, and it was almost like they cartooned him a little bit, and he was it was a Terminator, riding a motorcycle. Lonnie Teeper put me in there. This is back in like 91 or whatever it was, and he even said, this guy's legs are incredible, and I was natural. I was showing him my legs, and I was like 160 fucking maybe 5 pounds.
Wow.
And he could not, but he said, this is Mr. Quality Quads, Mini Quadzilla.
He only liked you because you had good calves, that's all. Lonnie only cares about calves. Now, speaking of calves, John Romano's got a crazy set of calves too, I got to tell you. He might not have your quads, but he's got some sick calves. You still got those, John?
I'm sending you a video right now.
Oh. I never trained my calves.
He wants some limelight too, yeah.
Not at all. Send it to
Tyler. Send it to Tyler at RxMuscle.com.
I'm keeping up with the crew here.
My calves are pretty goddamn good, especially considering I don't train.
I might have to stand up and hit you a leg shot, for you guys. I only hit one leg shot because my other leg is not so great, but.
We're having leg day. It's leg day here at RxMuscle.
Yeah, all right. I'm getting up to do my leg shot. Can you see it?
Bad light. It looks white.
Yeah, that's bad light.
Yeah, I'm only in the studio and I got bad light, you know.
Yeah, that's bad light. But I can see it. I can see the muscle. That would look really nice with a pair of fishnets on.
Yeah. we're gonna be like, you know how when Arnold gets around with his buddies like Ralph Moeller and Franco, and they used to all he'd make them all pose, you know, when they were in when they're in their 70s, he was making them pose. He's like, Ralph, get up and hit a double bicep pose, Ralph. Franco hit the lat spread, you know.
I was in the bathroom one time.
Blackman hit the lat spread.
Dave, I was in the bathroom one time in a restaurant.
Right.
And, you know, I also was in there with Arnold once. I pranked the shit at him. But I was in the bathroom, and who was I with? I was with somebody else. And somebody was taking a monster dump, and all you heard was blood, you know, and like fucking really bad.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, it was Ralph Moeller. You know what I mean? And he went to shake my hand, and he told me, you better wash them babies first. But he laughed. He was very good about it.
Yeah.
But he was fucking giving birth in there, man. Let me just tell you. Nobody knew who it was. I was me and a couple guys, and all of a sudden he comes walking out. You know what I mean? And I was like, holy shit, that was you in there?
He's a tall guy, too.
Oh, dude, everybody's tall next to me, except for Lee Priest. But,
but
you know.
Moeller is really big.
No, he's really tall. But he's a good guy, though. He's a very nice guy, and he's witty. He likes to joke around a little bit.
I'm surprised he didn't get more roles after he did that Gladiator movie with Russell Crowe, because he was great in that movie.
He was, but you know what's funny? I hadn't seen him. Like, I see him in person all the time. I have pictures of me and him when he was, at the blonde hair, real big. And then when I saw him in that movie, at first I didn't know that was him. You know what I mean? Because he was so fucking big. Do you know how broad his shoulders were when he was, like, in his prime?
I never saw him in person when he was in his prime. That was before my time.
He was a freaking monster.
Oh, he was?
I got a retarded picture of me standing between him and Ferrigno. Back then, Ferrigno didn't hate me like he hates me now, and vice versa. But this, you're talking maybe early 80s. And I look like a fucking... I'm down here and they're both way the fuck up here. You know what I mean? It looks stupid. I look stupid. Oh, shit. Somebody's calling?
The president's calling Greg.
That might be Ralph Moeller calling. What are you talking? Don't tell him about taking a shit.
Don't talk about my shits I take. Question is, who takes bigger shits, Ralph Moeller or you, Greg?
I don't know. Mine are fucking. It depends on whether they're loose or not. You know what I mean? I take more frequent shits.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, he's a good guy. I know that guy forever. I'll send you a picture. You can put it up. I know that guy forever. I mean, you're talking about. He came on in like the late 70s, you know, and he was a monster. You ever see the pictures of him and next to Flavio Boccanini or whatever the hell his name is?
No,
it looks funny because Flavio Boccanini is like fucking 4'11".
Yeah.
It almost looks like a man and his child.
I remember they had the Lou Ferrigno pose downs against Flavio. You know, John, someone wanted me to ask you. I don't know why I did this rehash this memory, but someone wanted me to tell the story about when you almost killed Paul Delet at the Arnold Classic.
Me?
John.
No, me.
Oh, what was the story? What happened to Paul Delet at that show?
Okay, what happened was I was at
what
the
year
Arnold,
was that?
Oh my God, 92, 93, something like that. I think it was 92.
Right.
92 or 93.
He looked like an absolute freak.
Well, he was there. So I had nothing to do with his prep.
Right.
So I'm in the room, and I had another client there, and Charles Glass bangs on my door. He goes, "Hey, when you come take a look at Paul for me." Right. So I go, "Sure." So I go take a look at him, and he had a little bit of water, on the back of his legs and his low back.
Right.
And so. It was the morning of the show. What are we? The only option is at that point is a shot of Lasix. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do anything.
Right.
So, I gave him a shot of Lasix. What he didn't tell me was that he took all of his aldactone, aldactazide, diazide, and all this other shit, a handful of pills that he had already taken.
Oh, okay.
So I gave him the Lasix, and then that was it. I mean, he just He didn't cramp. He broke his entire body.
It was like Frankenstein monster going down. Yeah.
They carried him off the stage like a fucking mannequin.
You know who carried him off? My friend Bob Bonham is the one who carried him off. When you see that famous picture where he's stiff like a board, and you see the guys, it's Bob Bonham is the one who's carrying him off.
Well, one of the guys.
Yeah, one of the guys, but he was the first one out there.
No, he was. But what,
I was there.
What we laugh about it now. I felt the blood drain out of my face when I saw it. I thought I killed him. I thought that.
He looked really good, though. I got to tell you.
Everybody said he looked amazing.
He might have won the show had he not almost died.
I cost him the whole. You know what? He was always so cool about it. He never blamed me. He was always my friend.
Yeah.
He said, "I know you were just trying to go the extra mile. I came to you, and it really wasn't fair, man. I wasn't I had no play in it. Right. I had no.
You didn't even know what I'm surprised he didn't tell you what he did already. I mean, probably
it's his fault. It's his fault.
I had no part in his prep. I was doing a favor to Charles.
Probably. Had you given him like if they would have had him eat a bunch of salt, probably after you did that, it probably would have balanced his electrolytes maybe. And because he did look real. I saw the pictures of the brief pictures of him out there. He looked like crazy, like a statue.
I wish we had done nothing. I just wish zero.
Look at Ben Aziza though, with the fucking. He won the show that he wound up dying.
They killed him after, though. The paramedics killed him.
Well, the lack of paramedics.
No. What happened? I think that Milos said that what happened is they came and they gave him Lasix. They gave him potassium. And what they needed to do was give him Lasix. He had too much potassium in him, and they were pounding potatoes and bananas, and they were taking potassium-sparing diuretics. He needed to get rid of it. See, the paramedics thought he was dehydrated. He just had too much potassium in him, and that's why he was cramping up. If they would have given him Lasix, which seems counterintuitive, but it isn't because it depletes potassium, it would have saved his life. So they killed him by giving him the shot of giving him an infusion of potassium.
Well, what's his name was there who was a paramedic and said that he was throwing up in a garbage bag. He filled a black garbage bag up with vomit.
Because he was potassium overloaded.
But they said he was right there. We went on the bus. He was still on the bus. They should have sent him to the hospitals. What they should have done.
But you know what? Milo says they didn't know. See, what happened is these they're in Europe. They don't know what's going on. They see someone cramping. They think, all right, give them more electrolytes. But sometimes that's not the answer. You have to know what they took before you decide to give them more electrolytes.
No, I understand that. I do. I mean, he won that show. He looked so fucking good, but. They said he was backstage barfing the whole time.
Yep.
Barfarama.
But Porter Cottrell stopped competing.
That's why. That's who it is. I'm sorry. I know him too, and I can't remember. I'm fucking getting Alzheimer's, man. I couldn't remember. Porter Cottrell's the one who told me he was throwing up in a fucking garbage bag, and he filled it up, and he felt bad. Porter Cottrell felt bad because he was a fireman and a paramedic, and he felt like he could have done more. To help him. Like, hey, dude, the guy took the bus back to the hotel with everybody instead of just saying, hey, fuck that, got to go to the hospital. You know what I mean?
Milos told the story about right after that, I guess Mustafa Muhammad was doing a similar thing, loading on potassium, taking potassium-sparing diuretics, and he started, his abs, everything was cramping up, and the paramedics came and they were going to give him potassium, and Milos stopped them, and they actually almost had Milos arrested, and Milos is like, "You're going to kill this guy," and they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Listen, you guys don't know what he's been doing." And so luckily they listened. They I guess they got him to the hospital. They didn't give him the potassium. They got him to the hospital. They ran bloods on him. Milos is like, "Run bloods on him. Check his levels." His potassium was like toxically through the roof, and
really?
They're like. And luckily, they listened to Milos, and then when they saw the potassium high, they gave him Lasix, IV Lasix, got the potassium down, and he was fine. But it happened to him twice, and Milos both times interceded, saved the guy's life essentially.
Yeah.
So
he did.
Is that why Mustafa Muhammad quit too?
Who knows? Probably. Yeah, he probably damaged himself too. I'm sure.
But Porter Cottrell never competed after that Ben Aziza thing.
Yeah, that fucked him up.
It's scary when you see someone die right before your eyes, man. It's a big reality wake-up call,
It could have been prevented, though. That's what he kept saying. I talked to him about it. He kept saying I could have been, because he was right there and he felt like, you know, he was a paramedic. He felt like
He was a
everybody
paramedic though, but he knew how to do CPR, but he didn't have an IV bag, you know, available.
No, I know, but everybody, you know, like, you know, of course Milos will tell you this and that, and, you know, and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's full of shit, but I'm just saying the first thing is you got to get this guy to the hospital. They let him go back on the bus. They let him sit. He sat in a corner with just a big garbage bag, and he just kept vomiting and vomiting.
Right.
And if that was one of your kids or something, you tell your wife,
Absolutely.
shit, get the car, let's go. We're going right to the hospital.
You know what it is? Wayne probably didn't want to go to the hospital. They were in a foreign country. They're like, oh, the last thing I want to do is spend the whole night in the hospital. Wayne wanted to go back and probably have dinner and, you know, a bottle of wine. Instead, he's got to go sit in the hospital with Benazizer all night, you know, and that's that. You know, I'm sure people think, well, they just give these guys a little Gatorade or something like that, they'll be fine. But sometimes people do crazy shit to themselves. I don't know why people do crazy stuff to themselves, because it's unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary to do the crazy stuff that some of these guys do.
What about your friend?
Who?
Anthony Dereso.
Anthony Dereso had a bad
heart.
He had a cardiomyopathy and he had congestive heart failure. I told him not to compete. He wanted to compete. He said he wasn't going to use any diuretics, and I said fine. I said you take a half a diazide. So then I find out later, after obviously he dies in the hotel room, that he was taking like a lot of diuretics because he didn't care about life. He loved bodybuilding. He wanted to compete more than anything. And you know, when you have an enlarged heart that doesn't beat efficiently, if you dehydrate yourself severely, you can go into an arrhythmia. And one of the things he didn't have was he should have had a defibrillator implanted in him, and he wouldn't let them do it, which would have been his backup. He would have gotten shocked. He would have been fine. So
Right.
I hate to say it, you know, it's sad because he was a very good friend of mine, but he kind of caused his own demise. And, you know,
But he knew though that he had heart problems and everything.
Oh yeah, he used to tell me all the time, I'm not going to live very long. I said, Anthony, there's no reason. First of all, I said, why are you so big? Why are you still? He's like, he goes, I'd rather not be alive if I can bodybuild. One of those things, you know.
The last thing I remember with him is him fucking telling me he was pissed off because the Yankees beat the Red Sox, and he was telling me that was not right. They shouldn't have won that game. And I said, well, you know, Boston did outplay them, but the Yankees came back, you know, in the 2003. Yeah. I remember we were talking about it. He was pretty pissed off.
But you know what? There's been a lot of people at these shows that I've seen that do stupid stuff, unfortunately, and all in the name of bodybuilding to win a trophy. But you know what? How do you tell someone that, hey, I know this is the most important thing in your life, even though it sounds nutty to the rest of us, and you're passionate about, how do I say don't do that? How do you tell someone, you know what, you can't do something that you love, and that
you can't. You can't. These guys have body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? And they look at themselves in the mirror, you know, with 7 sweatshirts on, and they go, they look too small.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And Anthony Dereso is a great example. He would rather die big than live small.
Yep.
I hate that though.
Somebody's mind. You're not going to change their mind. That's the way they want to be.
Yep.
You know.
But John, that's the shit that's going all over the internet right now. Would you rather live like a lion or die like a lamb? You know, all that shit. Well, guess what?
Till you die, then you're like,
bullshit. It's all bullshit until the Grim Reaper's standing in a room over you.
I agree. That's what I say.
And you're going, I'm sorry. I'll live small. You know, too
I
fucking late.
guarantee you, if you would have given Dallas McCarver the option, okay, right before he died, that hey, you got to downsize, you know, and stop competing, or you're going to die right now. I guarantee he would have picked life over death.
But not Dereso.
No, not Dereso.
Wait, you got to understand, that's because most of them are not in the draw. You get them where they're sick and laying in a hospital bed. Now they got no more kidneys, and the doctor's like, look, we got to find a donor, you know, and their mother's sitting there going, you know, you change your mind real fast. You know, I mean, all that living.
Not everybody.
I've talked to.
I agree, but
look at
you got
Greg. You know Bo Baseden?
Who?
Bo Baseden?
No.
Great guy, love him. The guy's been on a TV show before. He needed a kidney transplant. He's had some kidney problems like for the last 15 years. He finally needed a kidney transplant. His wife donated a kidney. They were a match, and he's huge again. And I said to him, I said, what are you doing? You're like 280. He's like, I don't care. My wife knows. I told her I have body dysmorphia. I need to be big. I told him before I took her kidney, he's like, I'm going to be big. I'm just telling you, I'm going to go back to bodybuilding. I'm not going to downsize, and I like being big, and that's a personal decision.
But that's self-hatred. That means you really don't try. You don't really like yourself, because bodybuilding, this shit's an image.
Yeah.
You walk in Dave, when you were 300 some pounds, you walk in a fucking store, some guy go, "Whoa, dude, you're huge. What are you, a wrestler?
Yeah.
I'd never fuck with you." That don't mean anything. You know what I mean? You could walk in there with Conor McGregor's. What's the name in there? Fucking Nate Diaz, all skinny, right?
I got Paletti on the phone.
Oh, is that what we got, Jimmy? Oh.
He's got to call the show, though. He's calling my phone.
Oh, yeah. Tell him to call the show.
Jimmy,
We'll send him an invite.
Jimmy, call the show.
Call us at RxMuscle here, Jimmy. We'll add you. I wish I could see up on the screen. My screen's not working well, so. Did we lose everyone?
I think we're off the show.
Oh,
Are we on the show? Oh, no, there he is.
With after hours, you never know what could happen here, guys. So you got to just you got to.
It's the ghost. It's the ghost of our past.
There you go. You got to just stick it out.
But I think
Carlo's still trying to call in too.
Oh, Carlos should call in too.
Dave, you were the biggest fucking guy. I mean, you were fucking. I don't care. These guys don't know. These kids that watch this shit, they see you sitting there. They don't know how big you are. But now your life is better. Your life is better.
It's different. It's different. You got to recreate yourself. You got to constantly roll with the punches. You can't be 300. Like John always says, 300-pound guys die young.
Fuck yeah.
It's just the way it is.
There's no 85-year-old 300-pound guy.
Right.
Doesn't exist.
Let me join in this conversation. I finally got
Carlo!
on.
There he is.
Carlo!
I don't know. I feel like fucking Jimmy the Bull all of a sudden. I can't log on to goddamn Skype.
What's hysterical is Jimmy the Bull he's calling again.
Oh, now Jimmy's calling too. Carlos making macaroni for us in the back there.
Yeah, I was about to take a break and go into the kitchen. I'm like, fuck this.
I need some macaroni and gravy. That's what I want.
Listen, my doctor died. The guy who took care of me during my bodybuilding days. This guy's in heaven. He's a saint. 96 years old, and he smoked. And he was about 5'4". He weighed about 105 pounds. And he said to me, when he found out I was starting bodybuilding, he said, just remember, big people don't live very long.
And he's right.
Hey, John,
right.
I mean, Carlo, needed to really tall people. So you guys watching this, you think he's 6'6", 6'7". When have you ever seen an old man that's when have you ever seen he's 90 years old? Jesus Christ, he's like 6'7". It's because they don't live.
Yeah. No, you don't see that.
Vertebrae compress, and they get to be 5'2".
Like my dad. My dad shrunk to, I think, 4'11" before he died.
Ooh.
Yeah. I knew one guy. He was 6'5". This guy was a beast, like one of those old school guys. He had a hand looked like a mitt, like a catcher's mitt. That was what his hand looked like. And I remember watching him the last 15 years of his life. But he lived to almost 90. He died at 89, and he was like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah,
but just a big dude. But that's the only guy I know.
Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's like 70, right?
I'm sorry?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the basketball player, 7'1". He's 70
I saw him
years old.
yesterday on ESPN. I guess they did that the tribute to Kobe, and he was on. He looks good.
He looks really good.
But he's into health and wellness, and he's into taking care of himself.
Yeah, but he's a tall guy though.
And he's fit. He was always thin too, so he took care of himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlo, that 6'5" guy, when he died, he was our height.
Oh yeah.
I worry about guys like Shaquille O'Neal. He's got to be. He's too big, He's too heavy. He's got to lose some weight. We got to lean him out a little.
He's not going to last. He's somebody who's going to die in his 60s or 70s.
Just opened up a fried chicken joint too.
Yeah, that'll help.
But the funny thing is that Shaq is into. I saw some. I don't know if you guys remember when he first came on the scene in the NBA. The guy was fucking ripped to the bone. He was, he was lean. Yeah. That's how he's got to lean out. He's worth a lot of money, though. I'll tell you that much. Did I lose everyone?
Everyone.
Oh, I'm the only guy left. Last man standing. Luckily, I could talk forever to anyone. I know all you guys out there watching are going to be annoyed as hell with all the coming ins, coming out. It's all Jimmy the Bull's fault. He's messing up the show.
For real.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I got everyone back. Yeah, okay. Tell Jimmy stop calling. If you can't call in the beginning, we can't.
Jimmy keeps calling me, and it cuts you guys off. I don't get it.
Why is he calling you though?
He's on my phone, and then my computer cuts off. What the fuck?
Okay, buddy.
Why? Maybe.
There he is.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hello.
Is that Jimmy?
Yeah.
I think he's sick in bed.
I'm sick in bed, John.
What the hell?
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?
Jimmy, what's the matter?
He's sick in bed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in bed. I got some kind of fucking flu or some shit, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't see. Can you see me? I can't see shit.
We see him? I don't see you.
It's the question we all
I don't
ask.
think you have your camera on, Jimmy.
See me?
How come I got no camera?
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Turn your camera sideways.
I love the ceiling fan.
Turn it sideways, Jimmy, your phone.
What?
Turn your phone sideways. There you go.
And reverse the camera.
Now look at the camera so we can see you. You gotta flip.
You gotta press the reverse button.
Flip the reverse here button.
What do you got, a jitterbug? What the hell?
Wait a minute.
You didn't fly to China, did you?
John, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have to get Jimmy down here like I did my father. I'm gonna have to go up to New York. I'm gonna have to kidnap him, basically, put him on an airplane, take him down here, drop him at the Gulf Coast Village for the assisted living, and he's gonna be like the mayor over there. That's the only way I'm gonna get him down here. I'm telling you.
He'll think he's in Spain, like your dad.
Yeah. You're right. My father did think he was in Spain. We'd ask him, like, Dad, where are you? He's like, we're in Spain, right? Yeah. I said, yeah, we're in Spain.
I don't think I laughed so hard in my entire life when you told me that. I'm in Spain.
Jimmy, I think you need a shot of Lasix. John, can you send some over there to him?
I cannot wait to lose my mind. I can't
Who drew
wait.
that picture, Jimmy, on the wall?
What is that?
Cherubs.
That's the
Oh,
Italian.
the angels.
cherub.
Yeah, that's the angels. I'm surprised he doesn't have a cross on the wall someplace.
Surprised he doesn't have a picture at a freaking Last Supper like the regular Italian.
Who's here to visit you, Jimmy?
Hold on, I'm trying to.
Whoever it is don't know how to use a fucking phone.
He looks like he's 100 years old in that bed, doesn't he?
He looks like my aunt's house. What the hell? Where are you?
You actually look like my grandmother in that. My 90-year-old grandmother. You look like in that.
Yeah.
Now we lost Greg.
I feel like somebody's fucking grandmother right now. I'm waiting for some hot tea or something.
You got nailed with the flu. Jimmy, you're 60. You got to go for the flu shots. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Never.
You got to get your flu shots every year.
I never got a flu shot in my life.
Well, you better start. You're old now. You better get on some Tamiflu too.
Who?
Tamiflu. It's you drink it. It'll help you get over the flu faster.
I would never take a flu shot.
I don't believe in that government shit, man. That's governmental controlled crap and flu shot. Man.
You'd rather suffer in bed, yeah.
It's how they indoctrinate you with the fucking flu shot.
Yeah, that's how they fuck you up, man. They give you that fucking flu
Next
shot.
thing you know, you'll be like voting for Bernie Sanders or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Valentino? What happened to him? We lost him?
You know what it is? It's too many fucking Italians on this.
I know, right? We don't let anyone else.
And
We're
we
very
all got
racially
fucked up
biased.
electronics because we were too cheap to fucking buy anything new. And so nothing works.
It is pretty funny that we're all white Italians. You know, people would think we're racist. We're not, but it's just pretty funny. I guess.
Well, listen, I got called out by one of your viewers for not liking Albanians the other day because I said that Little Italy sucked. like I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, you got a problem with Albanians. I'm like, I don't have a problem with Albanians. I just think Little Italy sucks. It happens to be run by Albanians.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
it's not Little Italy anymore. It's Little
No,
Albania.
Little Italy, right. I said I have a problem with Little Italy being called Little Italy and it's not Italian. So
if you're in New
watching,
York,
dude, it's not personal.
Yeah.
If you're in New York, you gotta. There's no more Little Italy. You gotta go to Arthur Avenue in the Bronx.
Right.
Is where you gotta go.
Yeah.
And then you get the real shit. But
Yeah.
And Brooklyn,
Little Italy
there's still
became
certain parts of Brooklyn.
gotta look. But Arthur Avenue in the Bronx is all Italian.
Oh, yeah.
It's real.
My friend owns a cigar shop there. It's like all revitalized that area too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to live near there.
But I'm saying they redid the whole place. It's beautiful.
Should be.
Anyway.
Why do you got the sheet up?
Yeah, what's with the sheet? What do you got? Bad breath or something?
I don't want to spread my germs.
To who?
There's nobody here.
Right. So who are you spreading them to? The dog? Hey, does that kid still live there with his dog that shits on your rug?
No, I threw him out. Man.
Oh, he left? All right. Just checking.
Before he got.
He didn't leave. I threw him the fuck out. He didn't leave.
Jimmy, I got to tell you, you're depressing me, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, man. I just want to say hello.
I love you. I'm sending healing energy over to you, but.
Jimmy, tell us an uplifting story, like how you got fired from the oil truck.
I didn't get fired from the oil truck, John.
What happened? I heard you did.
No, it's too warm in New York, so they started laying guys off. They just cut my hours down. That's all.
So what? Then nobody needs hot water? They only heat?
No, they're not ordering as much because it's not 10 degrees, you know.
Well, look at the bright side. You're not dragging that hose through the dog shit anymore. So.
Well, I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Like sick like this?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it this week, man.
No.
Well, Jimmy, I'm gonna be up in New York on Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yeah, for my friend Cole's funeral.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to that, man.
Yeah, you better get better so I can see you.
Yeah, but I don't have any info. You gotta let me know.
I got the info. All
right.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah,
The wake's on Thursday and the funeral's on Friday.
How sad is that freaking story?
Oh my God.
God,
That guy, right?
Wrenched my guts when I read it. It was terrible.
He OD'd.
What was he, 27?
Yeah, very sad.
Crazy.
I remember him when he was born. That's how long I know him. So.
Wow.
Drugs are a terrible thing, John. There's a lot of addiction out there. I know a lot of people watching this probably can relate, and maybe some people are addicted themselves. And you know what? It's a vicious cycle. And I've told the story on Heavy Muscle Radio. But John Lindsay, was an alcoholic, and I didn't know this. John Lindsay, who runs the USA and Muscle Contest, now run by Tamer El Gundy, but he told me he's been going to AA meetings every single day for the last 35 or 40 years. He never misses one day because he says the one day I miss, I'll go back to drinking. That's addiction.
I hear that story a lot. I actually know a guy who's been going every day for, like you said, over 35 years. And that's the only thing that's kept him straight and sober every day. So
doesn't matter what city he's in. He'll find a meeting.
Yeah. And there's sponsors everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, it's, addiction's a real problem. I don't think this country addresses it and the people around us address it, the powers that be. They don't put, can you just imagine? Listen, I don't want to get too political with anything, but you got so many people running for president, right? And they're getting all these contributions and all of these donations, millions, if not billions of dollars are being contributed to candidates to run for president. Right. Can you imagine if they took that money and fixed problems with that money, real problems? Homelessness, addiction, veterans, all that stuff.
The thought isn't complete. It's they're getting millions of dollars to run for president when none of them have a hope in hell of winning the nomination.
I just saw Joe Biden. I saw a clip on Twitter just this morning. Actually, woke up to a clip of him saying, "I'm Joe Biden and I'm running for Senate," or something like that. And it's not left or right and who you believe and who you don't. When a guy's on the camera and he's on a campaign trail and he can't remember that he's running for president, that's a real issue. And you can, of course, there's a lot of real issues with a lot of people.
He doesn't know what state he's in.
Right.
He doesn't know where he is.
She said something to the effect like, "I'm Joe Biden, and if you like what you see, I'm running for president of the United States. Give me a shot," or something like that. Like, dude.
Who is that, Jimmy?
I'll see you guys later. I gotta go take some cough medicine, some shit.
Hey, can you guys see me?
I just want to stop by and say hello.
Oh, is
I
that
can't
Seth
see
Rossi's contact?
Greg, I hear
We have two
Stop
shows that are starting to meld into each other right now. After Hours is actually percolating into the next Iron Debate show, so I gotta hang up with you guys. Jimmy, feel better. I'll text you that information. I want to see you on Thursday or Friday, so don't duck me, or I'll come looking for you.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Love you, man.
I love you too. See you
All
later.
right. I don't know what
Take
happened
care,
to Greg,
Jimmy.
but
Hope you feel better.
See you later, Greg.
Feel better,
John.
Take care. Hope you feel better,
John.
Thanks, man.
See you later, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
All right, Joe.
all right. Well, that's After Hours sometimes ends prematurely. We started late. That's the way it goes. I'll be up in New York though this weekend. Well, actually just Thursday and Friday for the wake and the funeral of Cole Hanzik, and hopefully I'll get to see Jimmy the Bull. And that's it. John, go do your deck. Carlo, go make us some food.
And I'm here. You may not see me, but I'm here.
Oh, there you are, Greg. Come back next week, Carlo, since we only got a little snippet from you this
You got
week.
it.
Greg,
I'll be on next week. Look forward to it.
good luck at the doctor next Monday. Greg, you want to just quickly tell everyone what happened? You had that thing in your throat was cancer, right?
Right. I have cancer in my throat. It was a cancerous growth in my throat. I had it removed, but now I have to go to Mount Sinai Hospital, get cancer therapy and all that shit.
Yeah,
but
I
I'll be
think
all right.
Greg's going to be fine. But we're sending. I want everyone out there to send tremendous healing prayer and energy towards Greg because
Thank you.
Because I also have a million people who want to get you back on stage. They want to start a GoFundMe and everything. So you got to get over this little hiccup, Greg, and then we can get you to that Masters Nationals in July.
Oh boy.
All right. I love you, Greg. John,
I love you too. I love all you guys. Carlo, I love you.
We'll
John,
talk later.
I love
Carlo,
you.
like I said,
love you, buddy.
come back next week,
Call me.
all right?
All right.
And as they say, we got to have like some Italian music when we're coming out of the show. Now that we're all Italian. I'm Dave Palumbo with John Romano and Carlo Filipponi, Gregg Valentino, Jimmy Pelleccia. We'll see you next week.